Welcome to Weekly Reddit, and in today's episode of r/Entitled Parents, Karen gets destroyed by a 4-year-old, entitled parent gets mad at me for opening a sanitary pad in a public toilet, and for being at the zoo without any children. Because he's special, you have to take him. Cyber harassment won't cease after I left home without their consent. Karen gets destroyed by a 4-year-old earlier today. I had an experience I will treasure for the rest of my life. Best of all, it's a short one. At the gym's pool, I wound up befriending a lady and her son after she gave up her swim lane, so I could flail around without potentially steamrolling little kids in the family area. Wound up chatting a little bit when I'd be gasping for air on their end of the pool if I saw them again. Well, today it was pretty much the same deal, except at one point the mom flagged me down and asked me to keep an eye on her little one. She had to go to the bathroom. It's not my third day. I asked no questions, because if you ask, odds are a woman will tell you what's wrong in excruciating detail. I just nodded and assumed responsibility while she scurried out of the pool to the locker room. Edit. Look folks, I have a friend. She has endometriosis. I asked what that was once. The ensuing discussion was unsettling enough for me personally to steer well clear of any curiosity about what girls do in the bathroom. Not even in the same postcode as thinking it's unclean or looking down upon the fairer sex. I just do not ask questions and do my best to avoid talking about it. I'm a coward, not a chauvinist. She was gone for maybe 10 minutes, during which time I'd given up on helping the little guy learn to swim, and was being used as an impromptu jumping platform. He'd stand on my shoulders holding my hands and then jump in the water. I guess for him it was like jumping off a skyscraper, and I made sure he wasn't going to knock himself out on the pool edge or something. It was then that a woman water walked over to us with a little girl in tow, demanding to know where the boy's mother was, and why he was using me like a jungle gym. Before I could reply, the little guy rolled his eyes at the woman and said the following, at max volume: "Ms. Karen, mommy asked Mr. Op to watch me. She hasn't pooped in 3 days, and I think she just got unstuck. Are you really going to ruin that for her too?" The other adults in the pool within earshot. Again, he was not quiet with his question. All instantly went to either complete neutrality or barely concealed glee. I'm guessing said lady wasn't too popular with that crowd. Her face turned an alarming shade of red, and then huffed her way to the edge of the pool, and yanked her little one out of the pool, and stalked into the locker room, muttering unintelligibly. Lil dude definitely got a high five after that mic drop moment. I'm not his dad, and even if I was, I'd probably still have given him a high five. I have absolutely no idea what the two part meant. I'll have to ask what the two meant next chance I get. His mom was more than a little mortified about our medical status being broadcast like that, and she only came back to grab her son so they could head home. Entitled parent gets mad at me for opening a sanitary pad in a public toilet, and for being at the zoo without any children. This happened to me earlier today. There is this mini zoo not too far away from where I live. Only animals like small monkeys and other creatures. Nothing too massive there. My boyfriend and I decided to go because he told me that he had never seen a red panda or a capybara, and the zoo had both of these animals. Anyway, sometime at the zoo I went to go use the bathroom. I was on my period where a mother and her 4 or 5-year-old son were in there. I opened the pad and minded my own business, where she started yelling at me for being inappropriate around her son. I was confused, so I asked her what I did wrong, and she said that I was introducing adult activities to her little boy, and he was asking for some of the sweets that I had. She wasn't wrong. Her son was having a tantrum on the floor because he thought the pad opening was some sweets. I apologized and went to go wash my hands. She then looked at me and asked where my kids were. I say I didn't have any kids. She then asked me who I was with, and I just told her that I was with my boyfriend. She lost it again, saying that my boyfriend and I were selfish for taking up slots at the zoo for a family that could have needed it, and that I should have done something else. because apparently adults cannot have fun or go to zoos anymore. I didn't know what to say and I was really confused, so I just left. I met up with my boyfriend after I left the bathroom and told him what happened. He didn't believe me until the lady came storming up to me again and demanded that I buy her son some sweets, as I upset him and led him on into leave so we could give our spots to other families. My boyfriend is a very tall and scary-looking Romanian man, and here in the UK people are really scared of Eastern Europeans, so it only took him opening his mouth and asking her what she meant to get rid of her. He also then believed me after this. So yay, that was something. Edit. Thank you for my first reward. It's appreciated. Because he's special, you have to take him. This happened my sophomore year of high school, at least the spring half. My sister used to say this was my proudest moment because I worked really hard. My high school gave me off-campus lunch privileges because of my grades were above normal for being a learning disabled kid. Getting a B average is what is allowable for it for sophomores and freshmen. I also got to be a teacher's aide in the special education department, along with tutoring upon request. It was awesome, and for most of January to about April, my friends who had a car would drive to my house because my mom was a great cook and loved serving us. But there was one issue. It was boy in the special ed room called Cody. His mother was one of the special ed teachers, and she was annoying as hell because she always tried to include Cody in everything. She was one of those entitled special needs moms. She also had Cody follow me at lunch when I ate in the cafeteria, and he always weaseled his way to sit with the rest of the marching band kids. He would get upset if we talked about music or who was trying out for drum manager, because it did not include him. I was in band since freshman year and was considered older by my quiet nature, though my band friends never escaped the fact my mom was the one who fed us in the summer during the marching field exercises. So we made plans when my off-campus access was allowed to see my mom. Of course, Cody told his mother, who asked me when I was working in the special ed room, "So, are you and your friends taking Cody too?" Wait, no, he doesn't have off-campus. Sorry, I pointed to the rules regarding it. If he maintained a B average like I did, he could. She crossed her arms and told me I had to include him because I was his friend or else. I told her no and went forward with plans. On the day I went to sign out and noticed something was odd when the school secretary took me aside. She called my mom, who was basically the one who made the plans with my friends and I. She was there in almost 5 minutes with food for me. Apparently Cody's mom decided to use my learning disabilities as a reason to remove my off-campus rights. I worked 6 months to get these privileges, and they were removed all because I wouldn't take Cody with me. I was pissed and decided to make it known in the worst way I could. I went to my English teacher asking her if the student aid position was still open, and she brought the note to the special ed teacher with a sign-over sheet. "Who is going to talk to Cody?" was all Cody's mom asked when she saw the signatures and couldn't get her way. Eventually my off-campus was returned a month later when my English teacher started to fight it. She said, "I worked entirely too hard. I still maintained the B average and also refused to go to the special ed room for tutoring if Cody was there." By junior year, off-campus was allowed without the B average, but I was still pissed at Cody and his mother. I worked hard and she decided to use my own weakness against me for the most petty reasons. I really hope nobody has to go through that kind of BS if they are a student aide. I hope these policies changed at my high school. Cyber harassment won't cease after I left home without their consent. Help. It has been 6 months since I secretly 18F moved out from my narcissistic parents' house to another city for my mental sanity and to stay with the person I really care, 19M, and his family. I want to live my own life with who I love, pursue my dream without they complaining and verbally abusing me. So I didn't give them my new phone number and deleted all social accounts. I created anonymous accounts to stay in touch with few friends that I like. Somehow they managed to find out my account, but they keep calling me, accusing me, asking uncomfortable questions, telling me that they love me, and saying how bad person I am for not carrying them back. I decided to become vegan because I don't want to see animals being tortured and killed, but my parents don't allow my freedom to choose what I eat. I want to support the lesbian and trans community to fight for their rights and voices. My parents treat me like I am stupid. They keep saying things that I don't want to hear. They forced me to study in schools that teachers are abusive and don't teach anything useful. There are many things they do that is destroying me from inside that they don't know or care about. Every day, every single day, my narcissist mom keep flooding my inbox with 50+ messages. And she won't stop even with me zero contact rule. She is constantly insisting me to come back. Sometimes she fake crying, and some she will fake as nothing happened. Ask me what I am doing for life, and how is my day. She is so obsessed on me, stalking me non-stop. Each time I blocked her, she will create a new account and flood me again. Sometime my dad will call my old number a ton of time in middle of night when I'm sleeping. They are mentally insane. The most ridiculous is that my dad will stay awake all night to force me to answer him. My mom even said that she fainted and went to hospital days after I left them for good. They found out where I live, and they even found out who my boyfriend is. They are harassing him too, asking him uncomfortable questions as his age, religion, what he do, etc. There is no respect for our privacy and freedom. We want to stay away from them, and they are not allowing it. Because of that, I suspect that they hired or convinced some friends that I had in school and church to back them. I made clear that I don't want contact anymore, but they will not stop. My mom even posted photos of me without my permission on her social medias, and they discovered secrets that I never told them. In the past, they used victimized to themselves a lot. My mother keep demanding me to take care of her illness, and my father want me to study to learn useless stuffs I don't need in my life. They force me to do dishes, laundry, to go to market, and do the tasks that they can do alone. In future, they want me to support them financially doing jobs that I hate. Even during the peak of pandemics, they want to control my life by forcing me to go to school, to chores that makes my life in risk. They keep complaining about me using Discord, drawing, playing games, watch movies, and staying awake 2 a.m. There is no respect to my freedom and my mental sanity. Things got from bad to worse since I went to another city. They went frenzy with their stalking behavior, calling literally all friend that they know that I have. They went beyond limits by flooding me messages and audios everywhere. How I make them to stop harassing me? I gone to the police for RO, they laughed at me. Their presence is making my life miserable. I want them to disappear, get away from me, no matter what does it cost. Edit 1. My parents has been negligent since I was child. When I was bullied or feeling bad, they wasn't close to support me. On other hand, they want to control everything I do. Against every choice I make, they want me to be their slave. If I fail at something, they will laugh at me. They keep lying to others and gaslighting me to turn my cousins against me. Edit 2. I can't stay away from social media because I use it to sell art commissions. People from my family keeps making fake accounts to stalk me and buys commissions from me. It is uncomfortable, disgusting, and criminal. Edit 3. For those who think I am wrong, this is how I was treated in home. My parents don't support my choice to be vegan. They rather want me starved to death than buying vegan food for me. No matter how hard I try to convince them, they keep saying that eating animals is correct. They forced me to take vaccines. Don't I have right to decide what I put inside my body? Am I their property? When I am having fun with my BF on Discord, my mom get angry with me. I am not allowed to make friends online. Also, they don't let me to have friends that smokes grass. They want me to continue school and go to university for their own sake. They said I must support them after their retirement. I don't have my freedom. I hate teachers at school, and I don't learn anything useful there. Don't respect my decision in becoming an artist. Won't pay me art classes or buy any art supplies for me. They said that if I keep dreaming about it, I must leave their house. They are religious fanatics, keep saying that being lesbian is not natural, and I should not support this kind of stuff. And they don't me making friends with people online. I suspect that during pandemics my mom started to spy my social network because she found out things that I never told them. That is totally wrong. They are dependent, narcissistic, extremely toxic, and racist. When I am crying, my parents get very angry. They start arguing with each other and shouting to each other with complaints. Just leave me alone. They keep invading my personal space. They act like child, demanding my attention to them. As if I am their parents when I am really busy. I am being used as a toy for them. I stay awake at 2 a.m. because I have anxiety, and I need to be talking to someone that respect me to relieve it. So it is something really important. But they don't understand. I talk to my BF, and we are planning our life and our future. Isn't it enough reason for me to leave? Don't you understand?